Welcome. In this session of West Indies Cricket Umpires Association Trainers Training Forum, let us see how the pitch and crease markings are done. Checking of crease markings is one thing, and from the scratch, building the pitch and crease marking is another thing. We will see from scratch how these markings are done. First, the pitch. We all know the definition of pitch. The pitch is a rectangular area of the ground, 22 yards or 20.12 meters in length and 10 feet or 3.05 meters in width. It is bounded at either end by the bowling creases and on either side by imaginary lines, one each side of the imaginary line joining the center of the two middle stumps, each parallel to it and 5 feet or 1.52 from it. That means a line joining the two centers there. These two lines are at 5 feet apart. So it is 10 feet by 66 feet is the rectangular area of the pitch. Now how it is marked on the ground? When we go to the ground is like this, absolutely no marking. What we do, we first decide where the center stump at one end has to be fixed. So we have a point there, and from there at a distance of 66 feet or 20.12 meters, we choose another end. See, these are the two ends where two middle stumps are there. The distance is exactly the length of the pitch. Now on one side, we put a dot at 4 feet, which is supposed to the poppy crease go through that. And the other side also, we similarly put a dot at 4 feet. Now from either side, means any one side we go from that dot at 5 feet or 1.52 meters, we draw a arc. And similarly, we draw another arc at the other side of the line. Next, from where we have put a dot for the center stumps, from there at 3 feet or 0.91 meters, we have an arc which cuts the original arc. So also the other side. Now what we have is 3 points, reference points. We have one is the middle stump and the crossing of the two arcs. So next what we do is we draw a line 5 feet on either side of that, which is exactly the width of the pitch. Now from one end of that line, we take 66 feet or 20.12 meters and put an arc in line with the middle stump at the other end. So also on the other side, we put an arc. Now we take any one side and at a distance of 66.75 feet or 20.35 meters, we have another arc which cuts the original arc. So also we do from the other end. So our two diagonals are equal. And then we have 3 reference points here. Just we join those things, which is exactly 10 feet and which is parallel to the line which we have drawn here. So we have got two lines which are parallel to each other. And then we join the two sides. So we have a rectangle of 10 feet by 66 feet. This is how the pitch is marked. And now we'll see what are the creases, how they are marked within the pitch using these reference points. Basically, there are 3 types of creases: the bowling crease, the popping crease, the return creases. There are 2 return creases. What is bowling crease? Bowling crease is the back edge of the crease marking and shall be through the center of the 3 stumps. It passes through the center of the stumps at each end. Means there are 2 ends, 2 bowling creases will be there and shall be 8 feet 8 inches or 2.64 meters in length with stumps in the center. That means on either side of the center stumps, it will be 4 feet 4 inches. Now popping crease. Popping crease is the back edge of the crease marking 4 feet or 1.22 meters in front and parallel to the bowling crease, marked to a minimum of 6 feet on either side of the imaginary line joining the 2 center stumps. And it is supposed to be unlimited in length, means till the boundary line, because the entire ground boundary is covered. Now the return creases. The return crease, which is inner edge of the crease marking, shall be at right angle to the popping crease at a distance of 4 feet 4 inches or 1.32 meters on either side of the imaginary line joining the center of the two center stumps. The pitch is 5 feet, but the bowling crease is 4 feet 4 inches on either side. So beyond the bowling crease, the pitch still extends by 4 inches. And this is also line is deemed as unlimited. That means till the boundary line. Now, using the first pitch diagram on one side, this is how we got the width of the pitch, one line we drew, and there's a mark at 4 feet from the center of the stumps, which is supposed to bowling crease go on. So next what we do is we mark the bowling crease, which is 8 feet 8 inches or 2.64 meter in length, that is 4.4 inches or 1.3 meters, 32 meters on either side of the center stumps. This is what we mark first, and then we put another 2 marks on the line which is already there. From here to here it is 4 feet, from here to here 4 feet. So all these 3 points are 4 feet from the bowling crease. Now we just join them. How do we join them? We draw a line which is of minimum 12 feet or 6 feet or 1.83 meters on either side of the imaginary line joining the two center stumps. This is our popping crease. Next we draw 2 return creases at the end of the bowling crease and from the popping crease. So from the popping crease to bowling crease, it is 4 feet and 4 feet behind that, but it is considered as unlimited till the boundary line. See, if on the ground, if these 3 thin lines are there, it will be difficult for us to judge or anybody to make use of it. So what we do is we broaden that. And how much do we broaden? It is generally 1.5 to 2 inches broad. We draw lines like this. This is the bowling crease marking. It is not the bowling crease, but it is the bowling crease marking. And inner edge of this is the crease. Inner edge means what? The umpire stands here. So all the edges which are nearer to him are the creases. Now we draw the popping crease. Then outside the crease marking, because umpire stands here, inner edge is the crease. Then we draw the 2 return creases. This is how it looks on the page. In addition to that, we make grooves for 3 stumps, and we know that the width of the stumps, that is outer edge of one stump to the outer edge of the other extreme stump, is 9 inches. And how thick should they should be there? They should be sufficiently thick that the ball does not pass through the stumps. So this is how a crease is marked. So thank you for patiently hearing. Hope this was useful. There are different ways of marking crease. This is one of the method which is used all over the world. Maybe the groundsman or the authorities or the people involved in marking might have drawn their own equations or methods, but this is universally or followed by many of the things. By this we get the correct things. Thank you again.